All right, rings. Come back. All right. So yeah, I posted the webinar experiment. You can say I might also do what I am going to do, like a web form. Basically, just you can submit it privately. Basically, I might even email the question or the final results or whatever it might be. We'll see how it goes. Trying something I might even put it on YouTube, so we'll see. Experimentation. So I heard about this a while back when I was in other things, but so the solar eclipse April 8th. I think I have the right title here. So I don't expect any events or anything like that to occur. It's just between now and then, yeah, it's an energy cleanse of whatever you gotta clear out. Well, hopefully you'll clear it out. Those that are willing, those that are like spiritually aware, it's a good thing. It might be a little bit rough for some between now and then, or after that date also, of what you're releasing for sure. I'm just tapping into just the consciousness of, it's like a highway. Yeah, I guess you can say it's a highway to hell to some level, but necessary, but good. It feels like, yeah, it's like, I don't know, if you live my life, you're used to all this, so it's another day at the office basically. So I don't know, for some people it'll be hard, some people will be like about time, so I don't know. It's yeah, so it's not necessary, it depends on how you want to look at it. So connected to Earth consciousness, reptilian cleanse basically just has to do with a lot of manipulations they've done here and things like that and so on. There are issues, and just of course it's more on a human consciousness also, but yeah, we'll just tap into it. It's different for everybody, let's put it that way. So just to have one like way of looking at it is a little bit, so if you're already chaos, you might have more chaos, or chaotic people might get worse possibly, because they're not willing to release their madness, and they might become more psychotic possibly, and those that want to heal are releasing a lot of just it's, this could be also a good, like maybe like you had a pretty rough year, and who knows, things might turn around. Boy, that would be nice. I'd take that one, because I don't think I've had it easy. Yeah, nothing about this year has been easy, so that'd be nice. So you never know. So yeah, take that frowns and turn it upside down. So that's yeah. But those that are chaotic, well, who knows about that one? That's yeah, they might do what they do best. So we'll see on that one. Who knows? I don't think any event is going to. It's on a Sunday too. I doubt it. Who knows? And Joe Biden will. I don't know what that thing is anymore. And fractal imprisonment. So I imagine, I don't know if I've even talked about this before. I mean, I know about it, but I don't really go into it. So think of like yeah, the Earth is a vacuum, and it's just pulling in souls from everywhere. You'd be surprised, or alien beings are doing it, or whatever. And it's like people wonder what I'm doing here. Well, you never know how. I mean, there's a good amount that got pulled here for whatever reason, not by your choice. It could be some of your fractal energy, like part of yourself, is here. For example, I would just use this is vaguely, like there's this say like in fiction, there's like a overpowered person, telepathy, can move rapidly throughout the astral, like a Doctor Strange or something like that. Think like something like that. Yeah, we'll just use that example. And think about what if you have like fractal connections to that? What if entities grab part of your frequency and brought you here for whatever reason, just to trap you here, to bring you as immortal and to drive you insane, basically. You just, like an astral level, are you like this magic being? I mean, everybody has these type of, to an extent. It doesn't mean you use them, or some people are overpowered. Let's put it this way: some people are overpowered, like the higher dimensions. Let's put it that way. It doesn't mean they use it right. And what if you get sent here because you used them not so well in other realities? Look at it that way. I'm trying to, it's not something I go into very often. So, is this an imprisonment, or is it just calm yourself? It's like, so like you're overpowered in higher dimensions. Doesn't mean you necessarily used it wrong, but probably did. Maybe not intentionally. And then you come here to kind of like, maybe that's what you're trying to figure out about yourself. It's like they just go supernova somewhere, and I'm here to pick up the pieces. Maybe some of the people you ran into, you mind zapped in some other reality, or so on. I know somebody, I might mention it, but that has all of this, I believe. And maybe your energies are all fractalized all over the planet. And he's like, I've had a connection to this, I have a connection to that. It's like, but why? It's like, well, maybe, it's a little bit vague there, but either way. But what if you like went supernova on a bunch of people, beings, whatever, and now you're like a human with a mundane life, nothing's ever going right for you, and you're here to figure it out, like, well, was I really something like that? At least at some point. That might not be the full, so maybe that's like an easy version of it, but there's more to it than that. So it's like you're clearing out the karma. Well, to make it more, you're clearing out the karma for whatever reason that is not, it's not fantastic. It's in a human form, so it's just going through bad relation after bad relationship, or whatever it might be, to like figure yourself out, you can say. That might be a little bit out there, but anyway, we'll see what we can tap into that to some level. There's different. I've picked up on this here and there in the past, but actually be pulled here to like fix your shit, basically. Not everyone has that, but some people do. So anyway, all right. Avatar comment private sessions. Maybe scheduler. Yeah, this new site. Still working on the details, but it's decent. There's a shop here also. Still working on this. Either way, the category area. I might not fix this tonight. I will say maybe I'll just give this thing a break. I'm tired of looking at it. And the webinar situation. If you want to sign up, I'm just trying something new with this. Either way, it's an audio webinar. I'm not going to be bringing some crazy, but you can always do a session for that. But something different. You'd be surprised. All about the question. Can you find the question to answer? Figure yourself out, and that's definitely one way of doing it for sure. So you're trying to figure yourself out. How many people are trying to do that? Not many. Trust me. When you look at some of these spiritual communities and they're looking for their version of Jesus they can worship, they're not asking any questions. Jesus, can you be my dad, or whatever the hell it is, or what the fuck? And some just have so much shit that's going to take them a long time to clear that out. That's another story. You might be doing our own querying, but there's just so much of it. Yeah. Might take a couple of lifetimes for that one, but that's still a good thing though. So I'm gonna try to do this daily again for a while. We'll see if this whole April 1st thing, this is different. Yeah, all of a sudden I'm doing things differently. It's like who knows? For right now, this is the way it's gonna be. This is bizarre as we get. So all right. Okay, we're going to so Earth consciousness or reptilian consciousness. Kind of going to both, I guess. One of the neutral energies of what's going on between now and April 8th. And then, so those of you that want to do a cleanse of yourself and open yourself, this is good. This is good times to, if you do a meditation or whatever it might be, or whatever comes to mind. If you just need to release something, even if you don't know what it is, just putting intentions out, just release whatever it is. That's a good thing. So a lot of people are not aware of it. I wasn't that aware of it myself. So becoming more aware of it, maybe more than I want to. So who knows? And then fractal imprisonment energies. We'll see how it goes. We're going to keep this one a little bit short. So, all right, blessings. Here we go. Green seals, the Earth consciousness and reptilian consciousness. April 8th is, yes, an opening, but opening of what you're capable of clearing, what you're willing to face. Now, you don't have to face everything. This is what needs to be released now. And this, yes, can also bring relationships together also, especially they've been split apart for some time. And of course, then there's also relationships falling apart. But some of those have been that's already been there for a long time. It's the ones that already been on the chopping block. And then they get chopped. And also sometimes that is the case. It might get chopped and then it somehow fixes itself. So there's that. But for those of you that have had a rough year, or there's still, well, realize also if you had a rough year, you'd be surprised how this is usually someone else's stuff. I mean, yes, you might be going through your own, but it's been like more turbulent than usual. Most likely this is not yours. Whatever it might be. And you don't always have to detect who it is. If you're going to a school, sometimes it's classmates, sometimes it's the school staff. Frequency that you're clearing. Yes, that's a little bit heavy there. And also, same thing with the work environment. What if you're there to clear out the CEO, the owner of the place, without using the ego for that one? So it's between now and the 8th. The 8th can be quite intense. Now, if you're already thinking about it, you're probably already doing a cleansing, and you can also put the intentions to cool things down. So you might have thought you might go crazy when that day comes, but part of you just like you're already done. You can do it after, you can clear it, and you might not even remember it. It might have the best week you've ever had. Who knows? It's or tired out, whatever it is. This is definitely the week of the dream state also. Well, I just said, think of like the earth is, opening itself up, just doing a lot of fine tuning. Like clean the carburetor of the planet. At least for some, others can't be cleaned out, as you can see. Some need their madness, they're crazy, which makes them very unique. Was that ever clear out? Not some, depends. For those of you, some of you are also clearing out your family line energies, which can be quite intense. And I would say family line, but also realize it has a connection to like feline energies, family line, feline frequencies. So I'll give you kind of a hint there of who's been helping you or what you're connecting to. And also reptilian, you can say kind of connected to like a reptilian energy, sort of. Not, that's a little bit stretched there because relationships are on all realms, but either way. The reptilian is learning much about the human. And sometimes we have a reptilian energy, it wants to learn too much here, maybe more than it can handle. Oh, I can handle this, I can handle that. And then you go through, it's like, okay, I couldn't have handled any of that. So you'd be surprised what's occurring currently. So the idea also, of course, there is free will. Even if you don't believe it, there is a version of it. Of course, some gave their free will to their emotions and also their baggage of their past. Their past rule their existence. But it does come to a time of peace. Hopefully, peace with those that cause a lot of chaos with it. So, just it doesn't have to be a turbulent week. For some, that's all they got. So just the way it is. But for some of you who don't want that, most likely you're clearing out an astral, but you might go through some kind of difficulty where obviously you're on a world for it. But you might get some realizations of yourself that you didn't know before, which is a good thing. This can also help. Well, it can also speed up your timeline. Realize also it's connected to the universe and the universe's baggage. It's got a lot. You think this world's got issues, the universe packs on a lot. So it's like, the universe, it's like a hoarder of madness. You'd be surprised. This world actually does cleanse a great deal of it because you're going through it. So you're flushing it out of yourself. It does go out through. You don't have to think about this too deeply. You might go crazy. But if you tap into the universe's settings, it is a madhouse here. It doesn't have to be. It shows that. It is kind of like a dumpster of universe. Yes, in some regard. It depends. You don't have to look. Think of it as an antique store, but also grotesque at the same time in some areas. Like you have these nice things here, and then it's just like, oh, geez. So you have a creature over there. So there's some good. It now also has like a Martian frequency in that regard. It's like, well, you have high style art and just something like beauty you've seen more than anywhere else, and then the opposite is over here. So yeah, that's this universe. That's part of it. Greetings, Arcturians. We just decided to come through the Fractal Imprisonment energies. Realize also this Earth pulls in what it needs to learn from you. Also, it's like it wants to bring in, yes, your higher dimensional abilities. It's like you're just minding your own business in another reality somewhere, and you feel like, you were astrally attacked by this planet. Somebody wanted your ability, somebody wanted your power, couldn't get it, but then so you ignore this world, but then you end up coming back. So it's not everybody. Well, a great deal goes through this. So your human consciousness, your normal average people, some of them are coming here to see what this world has pulled in from other realities, dimensions, and how complicated. It's like there's not really much we can really. It's kind of like one of those. It's like a World's Fair or a arts form of just bizarreness everywhere. Just it's a collector of all kinds of frequencies, higher dimension and obviously lower dimension. So it's like this world wants to learn from everything. So, and it's also the consciousness that was here at some time. It's a weaponized energy that does attack other worlds, you can say. And not all of you have been pulled in by this astral invasion, but some have. It might be more connected to this world more than they want to realize. And that is sometimes that comes from astral wars, galactic wars. That has not been mentioned here, not often. And doesn't have to be either. Not everybody needs to know these things. As much as they want to feel like they need to know everything. There is a certain amount of knowledge. It's like a comfort zone knowledge. Some of you run into that. And it's just, it's whatever makes you feel. I mean, it's similar to like religion. Individuals who create like their own religion here to some of it. Doesn't mean you're, part of the Bible. It's whatever and just like you create your own religion, whatever it might be. And it's just like your comfort zone while you're here. It's kind of like you eat cake and like certain foods or something like that. And this keeps your sanity here. Without going into all the details of it. Because there's a lot of just astral wars that hit this planet so hard that even the human mind has difficulties processing it. And if you've been through this stuff, you're in a human incarnation and you're slowly trying to process yourself. It's like how connected you are to this world. Maybe more than you want to realize. And then when you realize, so when you bring your energy back to, when you start to realize how connected you are to the world, that comes back to, I mean, you come back to yourself, basically. You start to worry about who you are little by little. It doesn't happen all at once. And as a human experience, it'd be too much. On an astral level, you see it very clearly, but it doesn't mean you bring it to yourself consciously. Not everyone's been through this, but quite a few have. And so, yes, it's an astral attack. There's so many of them, but it's like, yes, it's like showing candy to a baby or something like that, and pulling him into a dark alley and things like that. There's some energies there. Yeah. To get you here, to lower your frequency, capture you, to take more of your frequency, to take everything away from you when they add all these challenges to it. So, and some of you incarnate here willingly to counter all this, to bring this stuff out, to fight these things, these entities that are here that don't want you here. It's kind of like something out of a pulp magazine. So you've been through this before. You're back here again. It's like this is nobody wants the job. Somebody has to do it type of situation. And yeah, we'll just leave you with that. So,